Hello, St. Ambrose parents, and welcome to the 2021-2022 school year. We are so excited to be together again and to start the school year with an excellent staff ready to serve the students, students who are really ready to learn. And again, just so grateful to be together. We have some celebrations from last year, and I wanted to highlight our excellent in-person education, quality distance learning, faith development. We really focused on mindfulness as a staff and the virtue of hope. We were thrilled to have a partnership begin with the Grove School and have kindergarten through second grade literacy support from Groves, and just were wowed by the program and really excited to continue that this year. We supported St. Jerome's School with a couple of food drives and supply drives, and that was really wonderful. I was able to deliver one of the carloads, and it's a group of people who really needed support, and we were so happy to provide it. We had great teamwork between the families and the teachers and the students. I think we all really came together last year, and I wanted to recognize and celebrate that. Our school garden, if you haven't seen it, it's very impressive. Ms. Jorgensen and Ms. Freeman worked very hard, but also our students just are owning it, and it's lovely. And the food is good that we have reaped from this great garden. And then our summer school was our largest group ever to attend summer school. So that was exciting. I want to always go over our mission. So we at St. Ambrose School are part of a vibrant Catholic community, supporting and nurturing each child on their journey with Christ. Through exceptional academics, embracing each child's unique strengths and needs, and joyfully engaging in prayer and service, we take a holistic, virtue-based approach to student education and experiences. This is the St. Ambrose way. We're highlighting faith, academics, and service. So last year, some of our strategic plan initiatives were stalled. And this year, I'm really looking forward to being able to move forward with our faith development and virtues. So a couple of notes on that. We're really excited to reach out to parents so that you know more about our virtue-based education and conflict resolution. It really has been something that's been successful for us, and we want parents to have that kind of access to that education as well. We also will continue to connect virtues to conflict resolution in our K-8 classrooms. We're also excited that our parish is going to be updating our chapel to be perpetual adoration, to provide perpetual adoration, probably finished in early part of 2022. So we just know as classrooms, we'll be able to have access to that chapel and be able to go practice adoration during the school day. For communication, our main goal this year is developing an orientation process for new students and families. We have just not found our kind of St. Ambrose way of doing this, and I have some amazing volunteers ready to help establish a sustainable program so that we do it really well. For academics, one of the things we're focusing on is implementing a plan for use for our learning specialists. We have talented learning specialists, and we're always using them for everything that we, for those student needs that really need to be met. But there are times where we need to prioritize their time and expertise and make sure we're using it maximally here at St. Ambrose. Improving assessment is another one of our strategic goals. And so looking at how we collect and analyze common assessment data across grade levels and even in those subject areas. And then really communicating clearly to students, or to parents and students, this is what you learned and this is what you need to know more of. This is how you did, this is what the objectives were. We do this well, but I want to always continually improve our assessment practices and communication around it. And then another one of our strategic goals is to provide teachers with resources to better communicate, implement, and sustain consistent behavior expectations. And so we just want to raise the bar and have our behavior expectations be consistent, but also that our students are really held to a high standard of behavior. And I know we have a ton of parent support for that. I do want to give a shout out right now to our recess supervisors. Our kindergarten aides really take the lead on that, and they are working so hard to make recess a safe and fun place with consistent behavior expectations. So we are really blessed with some amazing women that work here. The next thing is just wanted to let you know that our accreditation, so we're accredited by the Minnesota Non-Public Accrediting Association, and so it's a 7-year cycle, and next year is year 6, which means that we look at what we do, what we say we're doing, and look at all of the standards that this organization has set up for all who are accredited by them, and we do a self-study. And then the next year, we have an accreditation visit from a team who's going to look at that self-study and decide, how we're doing. This great process to establish our 7-year strategic plan, so we can celebrate what we do well, and then identify those areas we want to improve and make a strategic plan to start really tackling those areas of improvement. So again, just highlighting our virtue education. A virtue is a holy habit that makes us like God and helps us get to heaven. And this year's virtue focus is generosity. The teachers and I have talked a lot about what does that look like? How do we inspire students and each other to be more generous? And one of the things that we've talked about is generosity can be everything from letting someone else go first in line, waiting, instead of kind of interrupting a discussion, waiting for someone else to finish, and really being a generous listener. Also generously sharing our gifts, like that we can just organically serve others using our gifts. Being generous of spirit and forgiveness. So these are all ways that we're working on being generous. Our guiding principles for virtues, I just think this is important to restate. We will dedicate ourselves to living virtue. We will support each other in living virtue. We will commit to constructive thoughts, words, and deeds. And then when faced with challenges or conflict, we will find solutions that cultivate virtue for ourselves and for one another. And so those last two, I think even as parents, we can look at and thinking about how we speak about other people in front of our students, committing to constructive thoughts, words, and deeds. We all have, lots of negative messaging in our culture right now. And so this is hard, but I think it's so worth it. And just wanting to share it with you to know that this is what we're working on with students and with teachers to build a really positive culture at St. Ambrose. I wanted to thank our school advisory committee. These are the members: Bob Bamsey, Brian Campbell, Laura Fisher, Becky Hallida, Sarah Carlin, Mark Korf, Dan Mack, and Aoife Shukur. We also have Tom Crow joining this group. So first of all, just thanking them because they did a great job of hosting a wonderful presentation last Thursday night on parenting students through digital, kind of this digital age. And I will be sharing that presentation with you via video, as well as the PowerPoint slides that the speaker shared. If you weren't able to attend, we got great parent feedback. And this committee really helps with that parent education outreach. And we're really grateful to have such great people working with us. Just some general reminders: drop off and pick up. I think it's going pretty well in the morning. In the afternoon, please take a right out of our lot. Please make sure that your students are only walking to and from the building in the areas that are designated for that. And we're doing our best to remind that as well. So after school, if you could take a right out of our lot, that would help us. Thanks for rechecking uniforms at your house, like those black and white shoes, haircuts, skirt length, all those things. That's really helpful to us. And then finally, thank you so much for just supporting us in this students being independent walking in. It really has improved kind of getting down to work at St. Ambrose, and also the tears in the morning, especially for those K-1-2 students, have been very minimal this year with some confident children, and we're really grateful. I know it's hard, but it's really working well for us and for the teachers. I wanted to also kind of end tonight by just saying, this is sort of the third phase of the pandemic, and each one has had its big challenges. Thank you, first and foremost. Without our amazing parent community, we would never be able to be the school that we are. So thank you for all that you do in supporting us and your children. My vocation as a leader right now, I think one of my main goals is finding unity in a really divided world. I pray about this a lot. I'm trying to lead well. And certainly there is a lot of division, even in our community, an extreme amount of division. And so please know that I'm doing my best, and it's not perfect. And I appreciate your grace and you giving me the benefit of the doubt, and also just giving some space and grace to look for that place of unity instead of division. We are working to focus on our mission with joy at St. Ambrose. That's what the teachers and I talked about before we started the school year. We're really fortunate because it's not hard to be joyful around your kids. They're wonderful. And again, I can't say enough about my team of teachers and how much they love your kids. This is a dynamite place and a dynamite team. So I can't say enough about how great our teachers are. So it's a joy to focus on our mission with joy with them. Continued comfort with ambiguity. It's just, again, depending on where you go right now and what's happening in the world and in the circles that you travel in, there's so much ambiguity about what's happening next here in the pandemic. And so we really are focusing on St. Ambrose, what's happening at St. Ambrose, and trying to make the best decision possible for what's happening here on our campus, which really means that we are, asking for flexibility and comfort with ambiguity. Again, giving each other the benefit of the doubt with hope, I think, is one thing that we're really trying to do here, and to live generously, being generous of spirit and generous with our thoughts and words and deeds toward one another. So God bless you. Thank you for sharing your children with us. We love having them here, and we're hopeful for an excellent school year. And I am super excited to see our junior high families here on Thursday night for going through your student schedule. We'll look forward to seeing you then. There'll be another email from me that kind of gives you a little more information on that coming up. Have a great evening. Thank you.